Have you ever had a craving for a slider in the middle of the night? If so, you're probably familiar with the fast food chain that started it all, White Castle. But did you know there's more to this iconic brand than just its bite-sized burgers? Let's dive into the untold truth of White Castle. First off, did you know that White Castle is the oldest fast food chain in the United States? That's right, they've been serving up sliders since 1921. And speaking of sliders, White Castle actually trademarked the term in 1985. So if you see anyone else calling their mini burgers sliders, they're technically using White Castle's lingo. But let's talk about the food for a second. White Castle sliders, made with 100% beef, are topped with a slice of onion and a pickle, a signature combination that has earned them a place in the hearts of Americans. But they're not just known for their classic sliders. The fast food chain offers seasonal sliders such as mac and cheese and turkey stuffing for those looking to try something new. Now, if you're wondering why the burgers are so small, there's actually a pretty interesting reason behind it. Founder Walt Anderson wanted to make sure that each slider could fit into a bun and be eaten in one bite, keeping customers' hands clean in the process. It was a unique concept that helped set White Castle apart and establish its signature style. And even after all these years, the company is still dedicated to innovation and attention to detail. But despite its quirky and fun-loving image, White Castle takes its commitment to quality seriously. The company has implemented strict food safety protocols, and each burger is cooked to order to ensure maximum freshness. White Castle has also been ahead of the curve in terms of sustainability initiatives. The company has taken steps to reduce its environmental footprint, such as recycling cooking oil and making its packaging 100% recyclable. Additionally, the company has been vocal about its commitment to animal welfare and offers vegetarian and vegan options. White Castle's impact on the fast food industry is undeniable. They were the ones who pioneered the concept of small, bite-sized burgers and set the standard for innovation. White Castle was the first fast food chain to sell frozen food in grocery stores, making their delicious sliders available in a whole new way. In 2015, White Castle broke new ground again by introducing vegan sliders made with plant-based patties, a game changer for those looking for meatless options. But White Castle hasn't rested on its laurels. They've continued to innovate and adapt to changing consumer tastes. Their plant-based options, such as the Impossible Slider and Impossible Breakfast Slider, have become incredibly popular with both vegans and non-vegans. And for those who prefer to stay at home, White Castle has introduced online ordering and delivery services, making it easier than ever to satisfy your slider cravings. It's clear that White Castle's impact on the fast food industry will continue to be felt for years to come. Despite being a fast food chain, White Castle has also left a mark on popular culture. Their burgers have been featured in movies and TV shows, and even inspired the name of the beloved animated character, Harold and Kumar's quest for White Castle burgers in the 2004 film Harold and Kumar, Go to White Castle. White Castle has certainly made changes over the years, but they've also stayed true to their roots. The company remains family-owned and operated, and they still use the same recipe for their signature sliders that they've been using for over a century. Speaking of that recipe, White Castle is famous for its secret ingredient, dehydrated onions. These onions are what give the burger their unique flavor and are a key part of the company's success. In fact, White Castle uses over 2 million pounds of dehydrated onions every year. And if you like to learn about the history of your favorite eateries, be sure to subscribe for more content like this. But White Castle's success isn't just due to their secret ingredient. They've also been pioneers in other areas, such as employee benefits. Did you know that it was one of the first companies to offer profit sharing to its employees? Back in 1924, just 3 years after the company was founded, White Castle introduced a profit sharing plan for its employees. This was a groundbreaking move, making it one of the first companies in the US to offer such a scheme. By sharing profits with its employees, White Castle showed its commitment to valuing and rewarding its workforce. It's no wonder that the company has been a favorite among customers and employees alike for a century. White Castle also played a role in the civil rights movement. In 1968, after the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., riots erupted in cities across the country. When the riots hit White Castle's home base of Columbus, Ohio, the company decided to keep its doors open, providing a safe space for the community to gather and share a meal. And speaking of community, White Castle has cultivated a dedicated fan base over the years. one that goes above and beyond just eating their burgers. Some fans have even gotten tattoos of the iconic White Castle logo, a testament to their love for the brand. And in 2015, White Castle held a competition to find its biggest fan, with the prize being a year's supply of sliders. That's right, the lucky winner got to enjoy White Castle burgers every single day for an entire year. It's clear that White Castle's loyal following will continue to grow as the company continues to innovate and offer delicious food at an affordable price. So whether you're a fan of their classic sliders or one of their newer offerings, there's no denying the impact that White Castle has had on American fast food. From their trademark term slider to their commitment to their employees and the community, White Castle is more than just a fast food chain. It's a cultural institution. White Castle, a fast food chain that's been around for nearly a century, has managed to maintain a loyal following despite competition from other chains. Some customers are so passionate about their sliders that they've started petitioning the company to expand to new locations across the country. But for those who can't wait for a White Castle to open near them, the company has started selling frozen sliders in grocery stores, allowing fans to enjoy the iconic taste from the comfort of their homes. Approaching its 100th anniversary, it's clear that White Castle has earned its place in the pantheon of American culinary icons. Whether you're a longtime fan or a newcomer to the world of sliders, there's no denying the company's impact on American fast food. Looking to the future, White Castle has set a goal to become more environmentally sustainable by reducing greenhouse gas emissions and waste. They're also committed to giving back to their communities through initiatives like their White Castle Cravable, which provides free meals for those in need. And as White Castle continues to innovate and adapt, one thing is for sure, their iconic sliders will always be at the heart of what they do. From the dehydrated onions to the perfectly steamed bun, White Castle has mastered the art of the slider, and it's a legacy that'll continue for generations to come. Indeed, the future looks bright for White Castle, a company that has stood the test of time and remained a beloved American institution for over a century. And whether you're a fan of their classic sliders or their newer plant-based options, one thing is for sure, White Castle will continue to be a place where friends and families can gather over a delicious meal, and where employees are valued and respected. And who knows, maybe one day you'll become one of those die-hard White Castle fans who get a slider tattoo. Or maybe you'll just enjoy a quick bite on the go. Either way, White Castle has something for everyone, whether you're a longtime fan or a first-time visitor. In the end, White Castle's story is more than just a tale of a successful fast food chain. It's a story of innovation, community, and commitment to their employees, their customers, and the world around them. And as we look to the future, we can only imagine what delicious surprises White Castle has in store for us next. So the next time you're in the mood for a tasty bite, consider stopping by White Castle. Who knows, you might just discover your new favorite fast food restaurant and become a part of the company's rich history and legacy. So there you have it, the untold truth of White Castle. From trademarking the term slider to offering vegan options, this fast food chain has been making history since 1921. Next time you're in the mood for a late-night snack, consider stopping by your local White Castle and taste a piece of American culinary history. And lastly, which of White Castle's innovations do you find the most impressive? Is it their introduction of frozen food in grocery stores or their plant-based options like the Impossible Slider? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.